Yingling, it's your beer. Ask for it. Need I say more?
Hello friends, welcome to Having a Beer with Mike. We got the most unusual show I think we've ever done, but it's related to our little buddy Carl here today. Carl is in front of the hospital with his relatives, Dick Simmons of course, and he's going in for some very controversial surgery. We're all very nervous, we're all a little bit upset about it, and Carl's gonna have, well, do you want to tell them what it is?
Mike, when they get through with me and I'm check out of the hospital in a few days, I'm gonna be over 6 foot tall. They're gonna do some bone grafting on my legs, and it's something that I've thought about for years and years, and I really want to do it.
You know, last time I saw something like this was on the Discovery Channel, and they actually did take a midget and they made him over 6 feet tall, so we're going to do the same thing today on the show. Surgery starts in a little while. We're going to be there with him for moral support.
Oh, definitely. I'm going to be there for moral support because this is what he wants in his heart, and we have to be there for him, and anything that he wants, you know, we'll be there for him.
Folks, we're going to share the whole procedure with you, and we're going to go in right now, and we'll say our prayers for you, Carl.
Thank you, Mike.
This may be too wild for snooty women, wimps, and geeks. It's perfect for you bums and 30-year-olds still living at home. Having a beer with Mike. This ain't your mama's TV.
Hi. Dr. Weinstock, nice to meet you. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi. Nice to meet you. Good to see so much family support here.
Well, thanks, Doc, for letting us roll cameras today on this.
I just wanted to come in, and I know there may be some last-minute questions from the patient and the family, and just wanted to provide myself at this time to see if you all have any last-minute questions or concerns that we can calm before we go into the operating room this afternoon.
How long is the surgery going to take?
It's about 8 hours. We're going to do a bilateral lower extremity lengthening. There'll be 3 surgeons involved. We're all specialists in this procedure, and you'll be under the greatest care, but it's about 8 hours, give or take an hour on either side.
When will I be able to go through therapy and get back on my new legs?
You will start therapy the day after surgery. It may be a little painful at first. You'll be on a PCA pump, which is a pain pump in the hospital for about 3 to 4 days afterwards before you'll be discharged home, most likely with home physical therapy. But no, we advocate immediate therapy post-operatively.
I'm looking forward to it, Mike.
Okay. Anybody here, any of the relatives, you guys have any questions since we have the opportunity with the cameras? We got a doctor present.
I'm sorry, I do. Is there a percentage of rejection for the extensions to reject at the bottom?
The rejection, Doc, do they have that?
There will be, but we've carefully matched his blood type and his tissue types with other cadaveric specimens that we will be matching him with. So there will be a very low percentage with what with what we're going to put in today.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That sounds good, and I just can't wait to see this. This is going to be amazing.
But we will sever the bone and implant a cadaveric specimen to the bone that we'll take, and also muscular tissue as well. So you will actually be lengthening your lower extremity.
Doc, we're going to be every step of the way. We're going to go back, you know, provided it's okay, Doc, go back and you got another, who's on the team back there? You got a couple other docs?
Yeah, there'll be a neurosurgeon as well to help with our nerve lengthening, and I'm an orthopedic surgeon, as Carl knows, but I don't know if you all know. There'll be a plastic surgeon to help with our skin grafting. That we'll have to do quite a bit of skin grafting to make it look, you know, there won't be a lot of scars and things like that. Right. So there'll be 3 of us, and we've done close to 50 of these procedures thus far, and had a very high success rate so far with these.
Okay, well, I'm with you guys. We're going to follow you back in there. Look at, yeah, you laugh it out of your system now, buddy.
No, this is wonderful. Now you're going to be able to go.
Give me 3 days, Mike. Give me 3 days.
All right, okay. Well, if it's all right with you, Doc, I'd like to meet the other guys, and then we'll back out when it gets kind of thick in there. Okay.
Okay, certainly.
Okay.
You know, when we realized we were America's oldest brewery It was a proud moment for me. This was a business my family chose over 180 years ago. We're proud of being America's oldest brewery, but we couldn't have done it without our extended Yingling family, including our employees and our loyal customers. With over 180 years of family ownership, this truly is America's brewery.
Having a beer with Mike. This ain't your mama's TV.
Carl, you about ready? We're going to the preparatory area. You can just step in there. The other surgeons are getting prepped as we speak. Dr. Poon and Dr. Levy. They're going into the operating suite right now. And it'll be about 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll get him ready to go. I'm going to have to ask you to step out just for a moment while we're getting prepped, and then he'll be ready to go.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Yep. Hey, folks, they finally decided to let me in here so long as I got in this stuff, so I get to be back here for a while after all. And, Docs, I'll try to stay out of your way. Where's Dr. Weinstock?
He'll be in for the second phase of this. We're just going to give him a little something to calm him down, relax him a little bit, and then we're going to insert the tube to help him breathe during the surgery, and then we'll get started for the first phase, and then Dr. Weinstock will come in for the second, okay? Here we go. Just a minute, count back from 10.
10, 9, 8.
Very good. You with us? How are you doing?
I believe that he's doing well in there. The doctor knew exactly what he was doing. Carl knows what he was getting into, so I'm a little nervous still. I don't know about you guys.
I'm very, very nervous. Very nervous. Very nervous.
And we love him the way he is. He's a special person.
Like he says, the doctor knows what he's doing.
Dr. Weinstock is coming in after the lengthening.
He'll be right after the initial incision is made.
Okay, folks, we're about 2 hours into this, Doc. What's happening?
Well, we performed the skin resection. We've opened up the field, and now Dr. Poon here is going to cut through into the muscle down to the bone, and then we're going to perform the nerve lengthening and the muscle stretching, and then Doctor is going to come in for the bone lengthening portion.
Okay, so they peeled the skin back. Okay.
Contact here.
You guys, the tools you use seem a lot similar to what you'd expect.
It's going to be a long day, but I think we're going to be all okay, and we're going to be happy in the next couple of weeks with this.
We'll get up to look at Carl when he's all done.
Guys, I'm feeling a little queasy. I'm going to leave the room for a while and just leave this in your hands,
Maybe
okay?
a little bit messy.
Yeah, I'll be, folks, I'll be right back. Okay, folks, I stepped back in. I had to get a little ill there for a minute, but it's a little better, but it still seems a little bit tough, huh, Doc?
Well, due to the compact size and nature of his bone structure, I don't think the bone saw is going to do it today. Dr. Levy?
Dr. Poon, you're the expert if you feel this is the best way. Definitely making progress here, Dr. Poon.
Pretty good. Dr. Levy has stepped out. Welcome back, Dr. Weinstock. What's going on now?
They have separated the musculature very well. They have sewn through the marrow and the calcium bone structure very well. I see they've lengthened the nerves, and we're prepared for the Dacron grafting of the arteries. We cannot lengthen the arteries that long, so we have to use Dacron grafting for that. We're about halfway through the procedure. We can walk you through the first leg. The second leg will be exactly the same procedure as the first, so there'll be no need probably to watch both. We'll do is pull his leg down, rest that there, and we'll start with the bone grafting procedure as we speak. They've done an excellent job. This perhaps may be a little graphic for the viewing public once we start with the actual bone grafting itself. So if y'all don't mind, if you could excuse us just for this last portion, we'll proceed with the lengthening process at this time. He had a little bit of low blood pressure. He lost a little bit more blood than we thought he would.
Hey friends, get the Having a Beer with Mike iPhone app at the App Store. It's free. We'll keep you entertained at work, in traffic. We'll give you something to do while you're taking a poo.
Having a Beer with Mike. This ain't your mama's TV.
They should be coming out with an update soon, I would think, right? I mean, he's been in there for a while.
I don't know that they're going to actually update us, though. I think they're just going to get it done. How long is it going to be? What's that?
How long has he been in now? It seemed like forever.
Yeah, he said it's an 8-hour surgery, so it sounds like I think he's a couple hours to go.
It's just going so slow.
So slow.
Yeah. Trying to think of something special to do with Carl after it's all done, when he's kind of on his feet. You know, I think we should have a little party. I think we should throw him a party.
Oh, definitely. We have to throw him a party. We got to let everybody see the new improved Carl.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I think it's going to be great. You know, don't you?
Definitely. Throw
I mean, I can't do comedy right now because as we speak right this minute, Carl's legs are cut off. No, I mean it. I'm sorry. I can't do comedy on that. So, folks, I'm sorry, but that's just, we can't do that. We're not going to do that. And we're not going to bring that up.
It's a reliever. It's a tension.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Relieve tension through laughter.
Right.
And he would be laughing with us also. And I'm sure we're going to be joking around about that in the next couple of days too with him when he's put back together. Piece by piece.
The old Humpty Dumpty is coming put back together again. Jeez. I hope they don't get the knees on backwards so his legs do this. No, I'm just we don't want.
He's gonna have
we don't
measles.
want that. God, could you imagine you're going to the bathroom and if he did they put the knees on backwards, Carl would be like hanging onto the bottoms of his feet while he's going to the bathroom. No, we don't want that for Carl. But these docs are real smart at what they're doing.
It'd really be bad if they had to come break his kneecaps. They wouldn't know where to hit.
Oh God. So, anyway.
I said that. This is crazy.
All right. All right. How much longer is this going to take?
Seems like 8 hours of work.
I'm starting to get starving.
I know.
Hello, everybody. Hey.
Hey, Doc.
Just, it's been about 7.5 hours, just like I said. It wasn't quite 8 hours like we thought, but he did fine. It was touch and go there for a little bit. He had a little bit of low blood pressure. He lost a little bit more blood than we thought he would, but we had some blood there for transfusing, so he'll be fine. Be fine. We just wheeled him out of the operating room. He's in the PACU right now. He's off the ventilator, but he's still under quite heavy sedation. You can arouse him, so we'll let you go back there for about 5 or 10 minutes just so he can recognize, you know, you're here, but he won't really be cognizant of what's going on around him due to the anesthesia. So I think he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Like I said, a little more loss of blood, but no other complications at all. And like I said, in about 24 hours, I think he'll be awake, alert, and like I told him before surgery, and maybe even start some physical therapy tomorrow. But I don't have any problems at all with the surgery the way it went.
Wow.
Great. Oh, that's wonderful.
Can we go back? Can we just go right now?
Yeah, you can go back and see him, like I said, for about 5 or 10 minutes. He'll be really sleepy, but I think he'll just feel good to know that y'all are there and just to visit for a few minutes.
Okay. All right.
Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, after you guys get there, it's fine. Yeah. All right. Wow.
Everything went well, just don't touch anything below his waist. There's still a lot of stitches and things intact. He's going to be a little groggy just after surgery. He's still under anesthesia, but if you'd like to talk to him and ask him a few simple questions just for about 5 or 10 minutes before he goes to the post-anesthesia care unit here.
Okay, Carl, little buddy, how you doing? You recognize us?
Yeah, is it over?
It's, yeah, it's over. He said it went real well.
Were they successful?
He said it went real well. Your legs are longer right now, but you don't. I'm sure you're kind of tied up under there, but it looks good.
Well, you did wonderful. They said you did wonderful. You came through it like a trooper. I mean, unbelievable.
And you can recognize everybody, right?
Yeah, that's Dickie. That's my sister. That's my other sister. And that's your husband. And that's the doc I owe it all to.
Doc, is this normal for him to be this alert this fast, or is that how's that?
Yeah, he's been here for about 30 minutes, extubated. The anesthesia will wear off. He's still, like I said, a little groggy, but he's done just remarkably well.
Well, that's good. Doc, I want to thank you. I'll shake your hand, but you got your gloves on.
Thank you.
Folks, I just want to say one thing. All the footage that we've gotten on this, I'm going to go ahead and power it down for about a month or 6 weeks, and I want to hold this show over so that you can see Carl walking on his new legs after he's healed up a little bit. And so when we come back from the commercial break, you're going to see Carl actually with his new legs walking about town, being a tall man, 6'2". Does that sound good, Carl? Okay, wonderful. Guys. All right. That's so wonderful. After this commercial break, we're going to come back and we're going to see this action in use right after these messages.
That's wonderful. This is wonderful.
This is good. This is good. I'm too used to going low.
Okay, no. Hey friends, get the Having a Beer with Mike iPhone app at the App Store. It's free. We'll keep you entertained at work, in traffic. We'll give you something to do while you're taking a poo.
Having a Beer with Mike. This ain't your mama's TV.
Hey friends, I'm kind of excited. We're going over at Carl's house here. It's been about a month, 6 weeks, something like that since the surgery. I've been by to see him a couple times. He's been having a lot of progress here, so I want to go sit down with it, share it with you, how he's been doing, and tell you what, he's a brave little buddy, but I don't know, I can't call him little buddy anymore, can I? You're looking good, buddy.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I can't believe I'm seeing this.
Well, one step at a time. You know, the doctors told me that it's not going to happen overnight, that the pins are still bothering me a little bit, and I'm looking for 6 months from now down the road.
Yeah, you got to think a little bit ahead. Let me ask you, like, how is it like when you're sleeping and like when you're doing chores around the house? Has anything changed since then?
It's changed a great deal, Mike. I mean, you just wouldn't believe what it's done for me as far as, you know, working in the kitchen. I can cook now. You know, it's just unbelievable stuff that I never thought about before. I mean, before I had to bring a stool around with me to climb up to the cabinets, and
so now, like, it's different. So you always saw things as a little guy, and I'm glad you're feeling this way.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's different. It's something that the doctors told me that I'm going to have to get used to, and it's not going to happen overnight. And it's just I'm going to have to progress into it.
Can you do stuff like everybody yet, or like can you do the yard work and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I've been out mowing my yard, you know, taking it easy. But the doctors told me to get exercise. Don't baby, you know, the surgery. You know, one day at a time. But I'm doing my yard work and raking my leaves and the whole 9 yards.
Wow. Is like, let's say when you do your normal chores, like let's say we have to go out shopping, everything. I mean, are you back in the world at all?
I'm back. I'm even grocery shopping, Mike, and it is so funny.
What's that?
Going to the top shelf, reaching for stuff that I couldn't reach before.
Oh, you always had to have people get it for you, right?
Well, now I'm getting it for myself and getting it for even kids.
Oh, just oh, that's great. I'm, you know, being having a beer with Mike, I'm always thinking about the nightlife a little bit, you know.
Right.
And so now you had a good nightlife before, so I'm wondering, I'm going, is this going to ruin his nightlife? Because everybody had this little thing for you. Have the women been coming around?
They're still coming around, okay? But instead of me looking up at a pair of whatever, now I'm looking down at them.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. Have you been playing some sports at all?
Hey, you should see me work out on basketball. I can hit a basket, almost a dunk shot. I mean, you know, it's fun. It is really fun looking at the basket from another height than what I was doing 2 weeks ago.
God, I tell you what, this is just amazing. I mean, going into this thing, I'm thinking back now. I'm going back to the first time that you laid this out for us. And thinking, I mean, anything could have went wrong. Your body could have rejected all that hardware you got in there, but you're progressing along. You got self-confidence. I mean, you sound great, Carl.
Thanks, Mike. The only thing that I haven't tried is swimming because the doctors don't want me in the water yet.
Well, how about you know, you can do the monkey bars and get exercise that way, right?
You should see me play on the kids' swing set outside. I mean, in the yard.
And you never could do that before?
Never. Never.
No, you can't.
Absolutely.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you. You should see me. I mean, I'm going from bar to bar to bar.
Oh man, how great is that? Well, folks, I'm just overwhelmed. I got to toast Carl here. Carl is he's 6'2", 6'3", and he's the happiest man in Orlando. I just got to say I'm just proud of him. And you too at home, if you've got something about yourself that you'd like to work on, maybe this man could be your inspiration. Okay, we're gonna see you next time on Have a Beer with Mike, and don't drink and drive. Good night.
I know she'll be alone, heart beating heavy while she's waiting by the phone. And while her husband works the night shift, we work a night shift all our own. In the dark of the night, we just sink a little lower. It's a fool's game we're playing on a man she used to love.